Good morning, students. Today we are going to know about the discovery of America. Portuguese were the first people to search the Atlantic directed by the Prince Henry called the Navigator, the founder of School of Navigation. In 1488, Vasco da Gama rounded the Cape of Good Hope and reached India. The arrival of Christopher Columbus in the year 1492 started the European colonization of the Americans. The discovery of New World by Christopher Columbus and America's Vespucci made explorations and adventures for the Europeans. The English looked upon America as a land of great opportunity to live in freedom, security, and prosperity. In 1513, Balboa crossed the Isthmus of Panama, saw the Pacific, and made clear the fact that America was not Asia. In 1519, Ferdinand Magellan led an expedition which gained timeless glory by sailing around the world for the first time in man's record. Jacques Cartier explored the eastern coast of the present United States. Next, we are going to discuss about the factors for the colonization. There are four factors responsible for the colonization. The first one was it was an age of adventure. The geographical discoveries and naval explorations excited the curiosity of the people to learn more about their newly discovered continents and tempting in the field for the adventure and opportunity. The second one is the Protestant Reformation and Counter Reformation. The Christian church is split into warring groups, that is, the minority of England, Germany, and France, where Catholics suffered persecution under Tudor monarchs. So, the religious zeal and the right to freedom of worship served as a guiding motives in colonization. The third one is economic necessity. The population of England grew from 3 million to 4 million during 6th century. So the poor and the unemployed decided to find new areas for work and settlement. The final one is hospitality of the tribes. A rich and vast area of land produced a wide variety of fruits, crops, and fish. The climate was moderate and healthy as in Europe. Fishing and trade were highly profitable. Next, we are going to discuss about how the colonization was made in USA. The pioneers of colonization were Humphrey Gilbert and Walter Raleigh. Gilbert obtained the right from Queen Elizabeth of England to plant colonies. He set up a colony in 1593 in the island of Newfoundland. In 1585, Raleigh planted a colony in Roanoke Island and southward, but the two ventures failed. The Virgin Queen Elizabeth gave the right of settlement in the stretch of land, Jamestown. It developed into the colony of Virginia. King Charles I gave the right to the territory of north of Virginia and he named it as Maryland. A group of merchants from Plymouth organized a council for New England. As a result, there emerged the New England colonies of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Maine. Migrants from Virginia, Scotland, and France settled in Carolina, developed into two colonies, namely North Carolina and South Carolina. The Dutch occupied the territory on Delaware River and called it a New Netherland. In 1664, Duke of York, afterwards King James II, occupied it and named it as a New York. The Duke granted two areas of New York to his favorites and they became the colonies of New Jersey and Delaware. The Quakers settled in these colonies. One of the Quakers by name William Penn obtained a land granted from Charles II and named it Pennsylvania after the father of William Penn. There he founded the city of Philadelphia, meaning brotherly love. The 13th colony named Georgia after King George II, it was southernmost of 13 colonies to emerge. The Indian tribes owned the entire country, yet the King of England granted lands at his will and claimed sovereignty over the colonies. The settlers had to deal with the tribal power India and European before they could emerge as a real master of the world. So this is the map of USA and these are the 13 colonies that colonization was made. That is New Hampshire, New York, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Thank you, students.